have you been doing during the quarantine? Like,
Oh wow. I've been doing okay until like a month ago, I would say. Like once I got bingy, I started just going downhill. Like anxiety attacks through the roof. Like I
for
really
real?
had a whole breakdown last month. Like right around when we got our new cat, when we rescued him and took him to the animal clinic, whatever. I literally like fell on the floor butt ass naked, just like bawling my eyes out. I just like it was horrible.
Just take your time. Just take your time. Try to do things that make you happy. You know what I'm saying? Like mental health and not just mental health. Emotional and spiritual health is very important. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So keep your head on tight. You're doing great from what I
Thank
see.
you. How are
Yes,
you
ma'am.
doing?
I can't complain. I can't complain. Been trying to, being stuck in the house can be, uh, it can have a toll on you. But I also haven't been as hard on myself because, last semester I kind of was working kind of hard and I was just a lot going on. And I felt like I was telling people, I had a conversation. I feel like the quarantine is like a blessing and a curse at the same
I
time.
agree.
It's how you look at it. We have a pause button. We have time to work on ourselves. We have time to see things that really been going on for a long time. Just that people have been so distracted. Now all of a sudden, because time stopped, we have time to look and see exactly what the problem is, and not even just the problem in the country or in the world, but problems with ourselves too.
Exactly.
So I kind of been taking this time to just focus, work on myself, and wind down. And I can't complain. I think I felt like it was necessary.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I agree just because I wanted to quit my job so bad. Like, I hated my job. And then when coronavirus started, I was like, oh, yes, I can fucking quit finally. Like, I was
I swear,
like,
Corona saved my ass in school.
exactly.
What? I was doing bad.
Exactly. Like I told my manager because she was like, "Oh, well, are you going to come in? Are you like going to keep coming in blah blah blah." I was like, "Sis, my boyfriend is immunocompromised. Like, I don't know if you know, but my boyfriend has had a heart transplant. So it's like he cannot get coronavirus or he will die."
Yeah.
So, I was like, "I don't care enough about a job
Yeah,
over
it's not
the
worth it.
exactly. I don't care about a job over my boyfriend's life. So
Right.
I'm not about to sit here at a timeshare place where people are coming from all over the country and people just don't care. Like I watched a woman sneeze in her hands and then just touch everything, and I was like, sis, stop.
That's crazy.
Exactly. So yeah, I got to quit, which was wonderful. That's like the best part of this whole quarantine. I have not been able to work, and I'm so happy, but I understand that there are people who still have to work or they have their jobs and they're not making as much as they could if they were on unemployment. So that's the one thing. Like I'm on unemployment right now and I'm doing great. But obviously there are people who are still working and they're not making as much as I'm getting from unemployment, which is ridiculous. Like I'm making more now than I made when I was actually working. So I'm just like I feel bad saying that it's a blessing because obviously for some people it isn't, but for my life personally, it was because I feel like my job was really draining me.
Yeah, jobs can be draining, so you don't want to do something too long that doesn't make you happy because then overall you're not going to be happy.
Exactly.
You know. Um, but how you feel about things that have been going on? What are you seeing? Like, what?
I am really happy, I feel like, about everything that's happening just because nobody is allowing people to just be racist at this point. Like, if you're gonna say something racist, you're just gonna get attacked. There's no way. There's no way you're gonna say something racist and then people are gonna be like, oh my god, like
They're on the
we're
ass
just
now. They're on the
exactly.
ass.
We are coming for y'all's necks at this point. Like, just don't say anything. Just continue to be a closeted racist if that's what you're gonna do. Because I feel like you'd rather keep your job and all of this and just pretend you're not racist than be openly racist and people are getting fired from their jobs and all this extra stuff. Like, just don't be racist and this wouldn't be happening. I don't understand, but I have gone to a few protests and they were really good. Everyone is so nice. Like, there are people just walking around. They're like, oh, you want some water? Are you thirsty? I know it's hot out here. You want a bottle of water? I'm like, oh my God, thank you. And then there are people who are like volunteer security. So I'm just like, y'all really came out and did what y'all needed to do. And it was really nice seeing the white people come up there and just be like, I literally cut off my family, my friends, because they're racist and I don't want to be racist. Like, I don't want to be around these people anymore. Like, I personally have a friend who just got kicked out of her house over this. And it's just like, how can you kick your own child or grandchild out of the house because they're not racist? That doesn't make any sense.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, it's just really sad seeing all of that happening, but at the same time, it's nice seeing that people don't really care about their, like, family at this point. Like, if you're going to be racist, I don't want to be talking to you, whether you're my family or not. So, I feel like that's nice seeing that, but I feel bad for the people who are getting kicked out of their houses and stuff. Like,
and that's real, though. That's real what you just said, you know. I think what it is too, you know, I've been seeing, I think it's going to be a big help, like a big factor when you have, you know, white people standing up to other white people and their parents and their families and like saying, yo, all right, man, this shit ain't right. You know,
exactly.
this ain't right. You know, y'all be teaching this for years, but it's not right. And, you know, they have to, that's what really going, like, one of the things really going to set things straight, you know, it's going to help and make a big difference, you know. It's just generational training.
Exactly.
That's all it is, generational teaching, you know, hate. And people are waking up, you know. It's sad they had to take this goddamn long for the shit to start, you know, saying getting right. But, yeah. What they say, the rooster, what's the saying?
Oh, gosh. I don't know.
The chicken would come home to roost. The roosters come home to... Fuck. I think the chicken, the rooster come home to... I forgot fucking that shit.
I don't know this analogy.
But yeah, you know, shit gonna come out in life.
Exactly.
You know? And I also feel like, this is just the beginning. You know, I feel like this is a small part of a big story, like a big transition.
Right.
Like, not even just with racism, but as with things as a whole. You know, how we move as a society, how we operate as a society, how we move as people, the conditions we live in. I feel like all of that stuff will get better. You know, just people. I feel like 2020. I don't know if you heard me say this before in my videos. I feel like 2020 was the year of, I say, awakening. You know, 2020 vision, clarity, and you know. If you really look at it, it really has been. It really has been. And like I said, I can't really complain. 2020 has been a decent, I say a good year for me, and I feel like it's going to get better. They just want to focus on the negativity. Yeah. You know, that's why I don't really watch the news that much, because it's negative. They're going to show negativity all the time for the agenda. They want to keep you scared and, you know, angry and shit like that. And, it's just... Like, just with the protests, there's peaceful protests. But every time you look at a protest that seems to be on the news, it's negative and rioting and looting.
Exactly. And it's like they choose to ignore that it's random people that are not even a part of the protest that are starting all of that. Like, it's obviously white people coming out of nowhere trying to just break shit because they want to do that. Like, if you want to go break shit...
It's not even just black people looting. It's like white people, everybody looting.
Exactly.
But if it was just black people, it would be thugs.
Right.
But since the white people doing it, and y'all don't see that.
Exactly.
You know? It's crazy.
It is crazy. I'm just so annoyed with the fact that there's so much video evidence and proof of white people being behind all of this. But then everyone's like, oh my god, I can't stand the looting and the rioting. Like, why do you care more about that than people getting killed for no reason? That is crazy. I don't give a fuck about Target. I promise you.
Fuck that shit, man. Now, my thing is, like, I understand with the local businesses, especially businesses that ain't had nothing to do, that didn't have anything to do with the situation, or black-owned businesses, or people, even businesses that just don't have nothing to do with the situation.
Right.
Like, you're not doing nothing at that point. But you know, I don't looting. I don't. That's not something I would do. But even still, say if you looting like places like Target, the big companies. That shit's not. It's not going to do nothing.
Exactly.
They have plenty of money, got insurance. It's not going to make a dent.
Exactly.
And it's not just about looting and taking products, and it's about frustration. People are angry.
Right.
Now there are people that's abusing this position, this time and moment. They're trying to still be ignorant and don't really care about the protests. But it's not about people can't. And I don't understand too. This is what I don't understand. I see a lot of people, a lot of white people are getting defensive and saying that just because they disagree with looting and because they didn't say anything and that they're not racist. I feel like, why do you feel like people are saying you're racist? We didn't say anything about you being racist. You feel like you have to say you're not racist? I feel like you got damn racist.
Exactly.
Like I don't understand why you like. I've been on Facebook, right? And I went to a I wouldn't say predominantly white school. The school I graduated from, I went to do 2 different high schools, but the last high school I graduated from, it was black and white, but it's more white though. It was diverse though. People got along for the most part, but there was a lot of racism.
Yes.
But low key, mid key. But I went on Facebook the other day. And yeah, I think you seen one of my posts, or I might have seen one of your posts. Like I can't remember. But I just went on Facebook and I was like, wow. Like, I seen like a lot of people just going crazy on Facebook. I seen this one comment that really I would say I could be that stupid. So it was this white girl, right? And she posted this post, right? Basically what she was saying is, she was like saying Black Lives Matter is like going into a neighborhood and the house is on fire, but you want to spray down all the other houses on. No, she said saying all lives matter is like going to a neighborhood and one house is on fire, but so you won't look racist or whatever. You want to spray down all the other houses first,
right?
Before instead of spraying down the house on fire. And I seen this dumbass response. The girl said, "My dad is a firefighter."
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yo, I was like, "What the fuck?" When I seen that shit, I was like.
She said, actually, my dad is a firefighter, and I can tell you they do spray down the other houses. What the fuck?
The fuck does that got to do with anything?
Exactly.
And if you really look at it, I feel like that comment right there is one of the main issues in racism. Just ignorance, just denial, just like, what does that have to do with anything?
Exactly.
Like, why would you even take the time? And I was really confused. I really was like, and she replied back to it too. And I was just, I wanted to say something, but at the same time, I was like, I'm not even wasting my time. Like that. How could you be that stupid? That was one of the dumbest things I ever seen. But I feel like it's just a lot of ignorance,
Yes, I honestly am at the point where I feel like people choose to be ignorant, because it's like Google is free. You could literally just go online and type in whatever questions you have without making yourself look like a fool on the internet. Like, why are you doing this?
Because people don't want to find the truth. People want to be stuck in their own ways. People are comfortable. They don't care about change. People don't want to change, so they're going to stay in their own ways. They don't want to find the answer. They don't want to, do the right thing. That's human nature, exactly.
You're right. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you have seen this, but I watched a video yesterday of the police in, I think it was the New York Police Department. And like the head chief or whatever was doing a whole speech to all these people, and he was like, "We are not thugs, and y'all are treating us like we are thugs," and blah, 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 blah. And I was like...
That sounds very familiar.
Right. I was like, you are literally attacking innocent people. You are thugs. Like, you are terrorists. That's what you are. There's no way you can just go out in everybody's community all over the United States and just kill people for no reason and then be like, oh my god, I don't even know why you're scared of me. Like, why would we not be scared of you?
That's crazy.
Like,
I guess because they're not black or they don't dress like us, look like us, they're not thugs.
Right. But it's like,
to be a thug.
I'm also so tired of hearing people say Blue Lives Matter. Like, that is not a life. That's a career choice that you made. We did not choose to be black. Like, I did not choose to be a target for your blue life. Like, that's not how this works. So I'm really tired of people being like, oh my gosh, well, Blue Lives Matter. Like, fuck you and your blue life. I don't care. You are literally out here killing black and brown people for no reason, and you want me to sit here and say, oh, Blue Lives Matter with their little ugly ass black and blue flag. Like, fuck y'all. We don't care at all, honestly.
It's an abuse of power.
Exactly. Like, I'm gonna continue saying fuck 12 until the day I die. And I really don't care if that offends anybody. Like, my sister's best friend works in the police department in Newport News or Hampton, whatever. And I'm going to continue saying fuck 12 because I don't care. Sis, you chose to become a police officer or whatever you're doing, and that's fine. But you knew what was going to happen when you decided to become a police officer, seeing that majority of them are assholes and just out here attacking people for no reason. Like, if you wanted to become a police officer to make change, then that's wonderful, but you have to actually do that. You can't just stand there and be like, well, I'm a good cop, and then not do anything about the bad cops. Like, that's not how that works.
That's just worse. If you're not taking a stand and you're just not saying anything, speaking up, you're just the worst of people that's doing it, just, you know.
Exactly, and that's why, like, the whole all cops are bad thing, how can you get offended at that when someone says all cops are bad when the good cops are not doing shit to help anybody? Like, how are you going to call yourself a good cop but you're not trying to help at all? You're just standing there and being like, oh wow, he's stepping on a man's neck and he can't breathe. I'm just going to stand here. Like, what? How does that make you good at all? Because you didn't kill him? Do you want brownie points?
Do you think the people that was there, that was recording, do you think they should have stepped in?
So, I believe that it was a, 17-year-old girl who recorded that. Honestly, I feel like she would not have been of much help when there's, 4 cops and one little 17-year-old girl. Like, if they're already pinning down a grown-ass man, I feel like there's not much she could have done. So I really do feel bad for her, because I feel like now people are kind of attacking her, and she probably thinks, wow, I should have done something. But it's like, what could you have done as a 17-year-old girl to physically stop them from doing that? I don't think she could have really done anything. I mean, she could have gotten someone else, like maybe if they got a mob of people to come and help, but I feel like at that point it probably would have been still too late. So
But looking at the video, I think it was at least 4 or 5 other people behind her. Like, it was just one black dude that was talking to George. Mm-hmm. He was saying get up, just get up, and stop resisting. He wasn't resisting. How could he get up? He had police had 2 police officers had him restricted, knees on him. Like, he can't get up. I feel like it could have went a lot different if somebody stepped in.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the police. I don't think the police would have killed nobody. I don't think nobody would have died that day if somebody stepped in. I feel like people just didn't want to get involved with it. People I feel like they didn't want to get involved with it. And it's like, for me, if I see something like that happen, I'm gonna step in.
Right.
I don't care about none of that shit. Like, I'm not gonna sit by and let shit happen.
Right.
That's not. I don't get down like that. And we need to stop fucking putting out phones. We need to take action. Everybody's so damn glued to their phones when we record something instead of actually being a goddamn human being and do the right thing.
Right.
We care about clout and recording and Instagram and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I have not watched the video because I just refuse to watch that, but I feel like if I knew that there were other people there, then yes, they definitely should have helped to some degree.
You can't stop a whole group of people.
Exactly, and that's why when I'm on Facebook or on social media talking about the whole protest and everything, I'm just like, please, the more people that come, the less likely they are to actually hurt us, which I mean that's a lie because they can just throw tear gas, but at the same time, if there's more people, that one cop cannot just attack one person. If all of us are there and just start swarming them, they can't really do much at that point. So that's why I just feel like the more people that go to the protest, the better. But I understand that a lot of people can't go just because of being immunocompromised or maybe just having anxiety of getting coronavirus. I feel that. I am very don't touch me if we are out in public. I don't want to use both of my hands to touch everything in the store. I am very, I don't want to say I'm a germaphobe because I'm not, but it's when it comes to getting this disease, virus, whatever, I don't want it. I am trying to be as cautious as possible. I take it very seriously, and I feel like a lot of people are not taking it seriously. So now those same people are like, oh, but y'all were just talking about how we need to stay in, but you're protesting now. This is not comparable to you going to the beach for fun. I am not going to a protest because I want to go to a protest. I'm going to a protest because I'm tired of my people getting killed for no reason. It is not the same thing. So I just don't understand how people can try to use that as a, like, oh, well, you're doing this, so I should be able to do this. Like, no. And I'm taking every precaution I possibly can when it comes to being at these protests, because I know it is very, very easy to get coronavirus when you're in a mass group of like thousands of people. So I just don't know how to make these people stop being stupid. Like, it is just
You can't
exactly.
It has to be a balance. That's why I came to terms with it. You gotta be a balance. Everybody can't be smart. The world, we got stupid people here. Unfortunately, we need stupid people.
Yeah. I just hate it here. Like,
I want to leave Sydney. I'm trying to go to a different planet. I don't fuck with
exactly.
It's been ignored. Like, yeah, it happened. Somebody get killed by police. We'll talk about it for 2 weeks, maybe a month or 2 months. Then go back to normal.
Exactly.
Then it happen again. Same thing. Talk about it. Go hard for about 2 weeks. Maybe a couple months. Go back to normal. People forget that police killing innocent black people. Or we don't do nothing about it to take it a further step and make sure shit don't happen again.
Exactly.
But I feel like now it got into like that boiling point, like a frog in a pot. Now shit's like, all right, shit ain't going down no more.
Yes, because it's like, this is happening, like, I don't even want to say just in this country, but like worldwide. The amount of people who get killed by police just because they are black. Like, that is ridiculous. So I'm very glad that after 401 years of this bullshit, everyone's just like, you know what? Okay, we're done. Like, I am so glad that people are done with white people thinking that they can just do whatever the fuck they want. I just don't understand how white people can just wake up one day and be like, you know what? There's no police here. I'm going to become the police. Like, I'm going to go outside and be like, hey, Blackie, get off that fucking step. You're doing nothing and you're making me uncomfortable. I'm calling the police. Like, why? I do not understand. What is my skin color doing to you that is making you uncomfortable?
This may be off topic, but I feel like some of that shit too got to do with like insecurity issues.
Probably.
Like, I feel like a lot of people that's racist or ignorant, like, they have insecurities and difficulties with themselves, and they power that, they channel that through racism or hate for other people, so they can feel better about themselves.
Yep, and that's why I feel like when I was talking to Marquise yesterday, I was like, I feel like a lot of cops are just people who were either bullied when they were younger, or they just had like no power whatsoever, so now they're like, you know what, I'm going to become a cop so I can have power over everybody. And I'm going to abuse that power because people were mean to me. Like, why? I was bullied and you don't see me out here fucking attacking people? Like,
the thing is, there's a lot of fucking kids walking around. They may look like they older, but they just kids. Little broken kids.
Yep.
And, as you know, age do not equal wisdom.
Exactly.
And that shit is true. But, like I said, I feel like things from now is going to be a lot better. I feel like a lot of issues are going to come to light, and things are going to, go further. Take steps forward.
Truly
we have power. We have power as a people.
Right.
And the earth, is always vibrating. You know what I'm saying? We are energy, and we are all connected. Whether we know it or not, we are all connected. And it's only a matter of time before, the real shit happens.
Yeah. That's why I'm just like, if we have to have a fucking civil war at this point, I don't care. Like, do whatever needs to be done so that these people get it, because I'm tired of having to explain police brutality and racism. Like, you should know what is racist and what is not racist without me having to tell you. Like,
it's video proof. It's history.
Exactly. And then the people who are freaking out over the monuments being taken down. Oh my gosh. I literally had to go off on this old woman the other day because she was like, this is just a disgrace. I was like, what is disgraceful about this?
So the killing of innocent black people, the niggas got his knee on the guy for 12 minutes. It's not a disgrace, but
exactly. she was like, how are we going to learn history when the monuments are gone? I was like, are you dumb? Go on Google.
What?
They're,
I've been learning your goddamn history all my goddamn life.
exactly. Like, they're not going to change that. I promise you. We are going to continue learning about Christopher Columbus and Thomas Jefferson and all these people in textbooks. I promise you, with or without a monument, they're going to teach it. Like, calm down. If they don't teach it, go on Google. Like, it's not that deep. So I don't understand. Like, we have to go on Google to look up our own history because the schools don't want to teach that. So I don't want to hear, oh, well, the monuments are gone. We're not going to learn anything. Like, use your resources. Well, I don't understand how dumb you can possibly be. Especially as an old woman. Like, what are you doing?
Like I said, I guess we need a balance of stupid people. So, I think that's what we get.
Yeah. I also feel like this is not even just about, like, Black Lives Matter at this point. I feel like it's also about ending capitalism and how people literally cannot survive because the government just says, fuck poor people or anyone who's not rich. Like...
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about us.
Exactly. And I feel like white people are now figuring that out. Like, just because you are white does not mean you're going to become rich and prosperous. Like, you still are going to struggle to some degree. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of white people don't want to accept that white privilege is a thing as well. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with having white privilege. Like, for instance, I have privilege of being a light-skinned woman. A lot of dark-skinned women are treated differently than I would be treated. I can acknowledge and accept that I have the privilege of being light-skinned and the privilege of being pretty compared to someone who is ugly or someone who's dark-skinned. Like, I can use that to my advantage to help those people without being offended that I have that privilege. So I don't understand why white people are like, oh my god, no, it is not a real thing. Yes, it is. Just
I
because
guess to them it makes them feel bad. I don't know why it should.
Exactly.
I mean, it's not about how, you know.
Like, you shouldn't feel bad. It's not like you did that to yourself. You were born white. That's just how that happened. It's not like you woke up and said, you know what, I want to have privilege today so that I can just be better off than everybody else. Like, you didn't do it to yourself. You were born white, and that is okay. We don't hate you for having white privilege. We just want you to use your privilege in a way that can help other people and not for your own selfish gain. Like, it's not a horrible thing. It's just life.
It's not. It's not at all. It's not.
I just feel like people are so easily offended by things they should not be offended by. Because, like, nobody is attacking you for being white. Nobody is attacking you for having white privilege. Nobody attacks me for being pretty and light-skinned. Like, it's just how I was born. And if I'm acknowledging that, then I need to use that to my advantage to help other people who do not have the same privileges as me. So, I don't know why that's hard to comprehend, but, you know, like you said, a lot of people are stupid. So,
has to be that balance. Yo. Yeah. Like I said, I feel like things gonna get better. You know, it's a process. It's gonna take time, but I feel like we're on the right track. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what next year got going on. We still, I mean, we just got done. We in the first half of 2020 right
know.
Now. That was just the first half. We at halftime.
I know.
Second half, man.
Marquise, yesterday, he was like, I feel like the fourth quarter is going to be the worst. Like, something horrible is going to happen.
Some bunch of shit going to happen in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you know, what is the, I don't even want to say what is the worst that could happen, because at this point, we have already been through so much shit that it's just like, what could possibly happen next?
A lot could happen next.
You're right.
A lot can happen next. Hopefully it don't, you know. Yeah.
I actually have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
So, I know that I really obviously hate police. I'm sure you do too. But what is the worst encounter you've had with the police, if you have had one?
I haven't really had any bad experiences with police. It's funny because I ain't just get pulled over by the police for the first time until like 2 years ago, and within that time I got pulled over. Like I got pulled over again, like I think like the next day or like a couple days after that. So I had like the first time I had like a broken headlight or tail light, and the second time I had a broken one of the two. But the first time I got pulled over, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I was fucking scared.
Yeah.
Like I was nervous. Like I was real nervous. I was shaking and shit. And then I it was like subconsciously thinking about all the shit that done happened, that I done seen. It really fucked with me. I never really been like afraid of the police, but until I got pulled over, I seen them lights behind me. I seen the guy coming. I was just like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right. I'm gonna tell him everything I'm gonna do, and I ain't gonna be moving a lot. I'm not gonna be reaching in my pockets. I'm telling him I'm reaching for it. But it wasn't no problem. They was really cool about it. I didn't really have no issues with the police. But it definitely is a problem. And it's sad that you got to be afraid of the police that's supposed to like serve and protect.
Exactly.
But I have had racist. I have dealt with racism. I have dealt with that. Yeah.
Please share.
I've been called the N-word in person. Now, playing the game, now you hear that shit all the time.
Yeah.
You hear that shit all the time. College, you hear that shit all the time. You get used to that shit. Like, growing up, that was just the thing. But I've been called the N-word back like in middle school. You know what I'm saying? By this dude that I thought was like, I talked to him like friend, associate, you know what I'm saying? And if I remember correctly, I think he got mad about something. We was joking around or something. And he called me the N-word. And when I heard it, man, like, it took me by surprise. I didn't know how to react because I never dealt with nothing like that before. And it kind of was like I was in denial about it. Like I could have went on. I didn't really react. Like I didn't really like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't fuck with him after that. But it was just crazy,
Yeah.
And I remember him saying one time ago his mom's racist, like black people or whatever. So that's where that come from. Yeah. I still remember that shit. He might have forgot. I don't know, but I still remember that shit. I had a white, it's weird story. I had this white teacher say the N-word to me and my friend. Not the ER, but Nick. She said Nick, and it was just weird. It was just weird the way this shit happened. Like she was like, I felt like she was high or some shit. She was a substitute teacher, right? So me and my homeboy, we was waiting to this is my first high school. This is the more predominantly black high school. I can count how many white people went to this school. But I went there my first 2 years. So we in this classroom is like connected to the hallway. It has no door. So it's like one of those classrooms that's connected to the hall, and it goes straight to the lunchroom. So lunch is about to happen. So we're waiting right beside the door, and the substitute teacher walks up to us, and we're just talking. We're sitting there chilling. I think I don't know who was talking. He was talking. We was joking around, and she came up and was just said some goofy shit. Like she said some goofy shit, like, "What y'all talking about, yo my nigga?" And walk straight past us. Like she did a little awkward laugh and walked straight past us into the hallway and stared at the wall for like 2 minutes. I don't know. That shit was just weird. Me and him looked at each other like, did she just say N-word? Like,
oh my god.
That shit was weird. I didn't get offended though because I don't know. I didn't sense like it was stupid, but I didn't sense like, oh, she was being racist. Not saying that she won't, but it just took me off guard.
Yeah.
I dealt with people giving me looks and shit and stereotyping me. You know what I'm saying? Like, sad, but that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm also dealt with that shit though back in like high school, middle school.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. So the first time I got pulled over, like the first time I ever got pulled over in my life, the cop came up to me. First of all, I was obviously terrified. Like, I'm just automatically scared of cops. I feel like all black people are like that. Like, Marquise and I were talking about this yesterday, how, like, anytime a black person sees a cop, I feel like we automatically just see them, and then we're like, okay, like, I'm a little nervous. and then just keep checking your rear view mirror to see if they like come behind you or they're around you, whatever. And it's like, I should not have to do all of that. I should not have to be that scared to the point where I'm like checking all of my fucking mirrors to see if the police are behind me or coming in the same direction as I'm driving. Like, that's crazy. But the first time I got pulled over was in Newport News, and I will say I feel like Newport News cops are complete assholes. Every single one of them I've ever had an encounter with are all assholes. It is ridiculous, and I feel like it's always the Hispanic or Latino ones that are really the worst, because me and Marquise got pulled over together by a Newport News cop, and there was two of them. So one of the guys was white, and the other one was Latino. And the white guy was really nice. He was just standing there like, so just asking questions like, do you guys live around here? Blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, no, we don't. I'm going to leave it at that. Like, I'm not about to keep talking to you because I don't trust you, obviously. So the first time I ever got pulled over, it was a Latino cop, and he comes to the window and he was just like, well, everything should be fine as long as you don't get an attitude. And I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, I'm an 18-year-old girl. I'm just sitting here trying to go to work. Do I look like I'm about to do anything crazy? Because I don't think I am. Like, I'm just sitting here.
Power.
Exactly. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, after he did that, I really called my mom and I was just crying. I was like, why did this man just like fucking threaten my life, basically? For what? I wasn't doing anything. I was barely talking to begin with. So, like, yes, I understand I was speeding, going 60 whatever in a 45, and yes, reprimand me, that's great, but look, I was trying to get to work, okay? I was just like, I understand I was speeding, but you did not have to do all of that. Like, he did not have to threaten me. Like, I did not even say anything. So, what the fuck? But I just feel like in Newport News, it's always the Latino cops that are just complete racist assholes for no reason.
And they color, like, we supposed to be on the same side.
Exactly. That's what makes me so angry. I'm just like, you cannot say people of color when you're talking about black people, because other people of color are still racist towards black people. And which I will say that black people can be equally as racist to other minorities as well. And I feel like it happens a lot with Asians, and I really dislike that. Like, anytime I hear a black person say anything remotely racist in a joking manner about Asians, I always call them out. Although I know that Asians are just as racist towards black people. Like, I understand that, but that doesn't make it okay to be racist towards them as well. Like, just don't say anything if you're going to be racist.
Do you think black people can be racist to white people?
Oh, hell no.
You said hell no?
Yeah, no. Because the thing is, to be racist, you have to have power, and white people have all of the power. So, like, no minority can be racist towards white people. Yes, you can be prejudiced and you can discriminate, but you cannot be racist towards the group that has all of the power. Like, that's just not how that works. Like, at the textbook definition of racism, you have to have the power in order to be racist, so you can be in control of all of the things. I don't want to say I'm a germaphobe because I'm not, but it's like when it comes to getting this disease, virus, whatever, I don't want it. Like, I am trying to be as cautious as possible. I take it very seriously. I feel like a lot of people are not taking it seriously. So now those same people are like, oh, but y'all were just talking about how we need to stay in, but you're protesting now. Like, this is not comparable to you going to the beach for fun.
Right.
I am not going to a protest because I want to go to a protest. I'm going to a protest because I'm tired of my people getting killed for no reason.
Damn right.
It is not the same thing. So I just don't understand how people can try to use that as a, like, oh, well, you're doing this, so I should be able to do this. Like, no. And I'm taking every precaution I possibly can when it comes to being at these protests, because I know it is very easy to get coronavirus when you're in a mass group of like thousands of people. So I just don't know how to make these people stop being stupid. Like, it is
You can't. People gonna be stupid.
Exactly.
It has to be a balance. That's why I came to terms with it. You gotta be a balance. You can't. Everybody can't be smart. You know, the world. You know, you gotta be stupid people here. You know, Unfortunately, we need stupid people.
I just hate it here. Like,
I want to leave Sydney. I'm trying to go to a different planet. I don't fuck with this shit.
Exactly.
But I feel like now it got into like that boiling point. You know, like a frog in a pot. No, now shit's like, all right, shit ain't going down no more.
Yes.
That's where
because
we at.
it's like this is happening. Like, I don't even want to say just in this country, but like worldwide.
Yeah,
the amount
like,
of people who
people
get killed by police just because they are black. Like, that is ridiculous. So I'm very glad that after 401 years of this bullshit, everyone's just like, you know what, okay, we're done. Like, I am so glad that people are done with white people thinking that they can just do whatever the fuck they want. I do not understand what is my skin color doing to you that is making you uncomfortable.
This may be off topic, but I feel like some of that shit too got to do with like insecurity issues. Like
Probably.
I feel like a lot of people that's racist or ignorant, like they have insecurities and difficulties with themselves, you know, and they power that, they channel that through racism or hate for other people, so they can feel better about themselves.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I feel like when I was talking to Marquise yesterday, I was like, I feel like a lot of cops are just people who were either bullied when they were younger or they just had like no power whatsoever. So now they're like, you know what, I'm going to become a cop so I can have power over everybody. And I'm going to abuse that power because people were mean to me. Like, why? I was bullied and you don't see me out here fucking attacking people? Like,
the thing is, Sydney, it's a lot of fucking kids walking around. They may look like they older, but they just kids. Little broken kids. And, you know, as you know, age do not equal wisdom. And that shit is true. Yeah, but, like I said, I feel like things from now is going to be a lot better. I feel like a lot of issues are going to come to light and things are going to, you know, go further, you know, take steps forward. You know, we have power. We have power as a people, you know.
right.
And the earth, you know, is always vibrating, you know what I'm saying? We are energy. And we are all connected. Whether we know it or not, we are all connected, you know. And it's only a matter of time before, you know, the real shit happens.
Yeah. That's why I'm just like, if we have to have a fucking civil war at this point, I don't care. Like, do whatever needs to be done so that these people get it. Because I'm tired of having to explain police brutality and racism. Like, you should know what is racist and what is not racist without me having to tell you.
There's video proof. There's history.
Like, exactly. And then there are people who are freaking out over the monuments being taken down. Oh my gosh, I literally had to go off on this old woman the other day because she was like, this is just a disgrace. I was like, what is disgraceful about this?
So the killing of innocent black people, the nigga got his knee on a guy for 12 minutes. It's not a disgrace, but
exactly. He was like, how are we going to learn history when the monuments are gone? I was like, are you dumb?
Learn history? What? Man, I've been learning your goddamn history all my goddamn life. What about our history?
Exactly. Like, they're not going to change that. I promise you. You're going to continue learning about Christopher Columbus and Thomas Jefferson and all of these people in textbooks. I promise you, with or without a monument, they're going to teach it. Like, calm down. If they don't teach it, go on Google. Like, it's not that deep. So I don't understand. Like, we have to go on Google to look up our own history because the schools don't want to teach that. So I don't want to hear, oh, well, the monuments are gone. We're not going to learn anything. Like, use your resources. Well, I don't understand how dumb you can possibly be. Yeah. Especially as an old woman. Like, what are you doing?
Like I said, I guess we need a balance of stupid people. So, that's where we at.
Yeah. I also feel like this is not even just about, like, Black Lives Matter at this point. I feel like it's also about ending capitalism and how people literally cannot survive because the government just says, fuck poor people or anyone who's not rich. Like...
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about us.
Exactly. And I feel like white people are now figuring that out. Like, just because you are white does not mean you're going to become rich and prosperous. Like,
right.
you still are going to struggle to some degree. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of white people don't want to accept that white privilege is a thing as well. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with having white privilege. Like, for instance, I have privilege of being a light-skinned woman. A lot of dark-skinned women are treated differently than I would be treated. I can acknowledge and accept that I have the privilege of being light-skinned and the privilege of being pretty compared to someone who is ugly,
right,
or someone who's dark-skinned. Like, I can use that to my advantage to help those people,
right,
without being offended that I have that privilege.
Right.
So I don't understand why white people are like, oh my god, no, it is not a real thing. Yes, it is.
I guess to them it makes them feel bad. I don't know why it should. I mean, it's the truth.
Exactly.
It's not about how, you know.
Like, you shouldn't feel bad. It's not like you did that to yourself. You were born white. That's just how that happened. It's not like you woke up and said, you know what, I want to have privilege today so that I can just be better off than everybody else. Like, you didn't do it to yourself. You were born white, and that is okay. We don't hate you for having white privilege. We just want you to use your privilege in a way that can help other people and not for your own selfish gain. Like, it's not a horrible thing. It's just life.
It's not at all. It's not.
I just feel like people are so easily offended by things they should not be offended by. Because, like, nobody is attacking you for being white.
We're not.
Nobody is attacking you for having white privilege. It's just how I was born. And if I'm acknowledging that, then I need to use that to my advantage to help other people who do not have the same privileges as me. So, I don't know why that's hard to comprehend, but, you know, like you said, a lot of people are stupid, so...
It has to be that balance. Yeah. Like I said, I feel like things gonna get better, you know? It's a process, it's gonna take time, but I feel like we're on the right track. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know what next year got going on. We just got done. This is we the first half of 2020 right now.
I know.
So that was just the first half. Then we at halftime. It's the second half now. Man.
I actually have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know that I really obviously hate police. I'm sure you do too. But what is the worst encounter you've had with the police? If you have had.
I haven't really had any bad experiences with the police. It's funny because I didn't just get pulled over by the police for the first time until like 2 years ago. And within that time I got pulled over. Like, I got pulled over again, like, I think like the next day or like a couple days after that. So, I had like, the first time I had like a broken headlight or tail light. And the second time I had a broken, one of the two. But the first time I got pulled over, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I was fucking scared. Like I was nervous. Like, I was real nervous. I was shaking and shit. And then, you know, it was like subconsciously thinking about all the shit that done happened that on the scene. It really fucked with me. You know, I never really been like afraid of the police, but until I got pulled over, I seen them lights behind me. I seen the guy coming. I was just like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, I'm gonna tell him everything I'm gonna do. You know, I ain't gonna be moving a lot. You know, I'm not gonna be reaching in my pockets. I'm gonna tell him what I'm reaching for. But it wasn't no problem, you know. They was really cool about it. I didn't really have no issues with the police, but it definitely is a problem, you know. And it's sad that you got to be afraid of the police that's supposed to like serve and protect.
Exactly.
You know? But I have had racist. I have dealt with racism, you know. I have dealt with that. You know.
Please share.
I've been called the N-word in person. Now, playing the game, like, you hear that shit all the time.
Yeah.
You hear that shit all the time. Call of Duty, you hear that shit all the time. You get used to that shit. Like, growing up, that was just the thing. But I've been called the N-word like back in middle school. You know what I'm saying? By this dude that I thought was like, you know, I talked to him like friend, associate. You know what I'm saying? And if I remember correctly, I think he got mad about something. We was joking around or something. And he called me the N-word. And when I heard it, man, like, it took me by surprise. I didn't know how to react because I never dealt with nothing like that before. And it kind of was like I was in denial about it. Like, I could have went on. I didn't really react. Like, I didn't really, like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't fuck with him after that. But it was just crazy, you know. And I remember him him saying one time ago his mom is racist, like she don't like black people or whatever. So that's where that come from, you know. Yeah. I still remember that shit. He might have forgot. I don't know, but I still remember that shit. I had a white. It's weird story. I had this white teacher say the N-word to me and my friend. Not the ER, but the, nigga. She said nigga, and it was just weird. It was just weird the way this shit happened. Like, she was like, I feel like she was high or some shit. She was a substitute teacher, right? So me and my homeboy, we was waiting. This is my first high school. This is the more predominantly black high school. Like, I count how many white people went to this school. But I went there my first 2 years. So we in this classroom is like connected to the hallway. It has no door. So it's like one of those classrooms that's connected to the hall, and it goes straight to the lunchroom. So lunch is about to happen. So we're waiting right beside the door, and the substitute teacher walks up to us, and we're sitting there chilling. I think I don't know who was talking. Oh yeah, we was talking. We was joking around, and she had came up and was just saying some goofy shit. Like, she said some goofy shit like, "What y'all talking about? Yo, my nigga," and walk straight past us. Like, she did a little awkward laugh and walked straight past us into the hallway and stared at the wall for like 2 minutes. I don't know. That shit was just weird. Me and him looked at each other like, did she just say the nigga? Did she just say the N-word? Like, that shit was weird. I didn't get offended though, because I don't know. I didn't sense like it was stupid, but I didn't sense like, oh, she was being racist. Not saying that she won't, but it just took me off guard. Yeah. I dealt with people giving me looks and shit and stereotyping me. You know what I'm saying? Like, sad, but that's what it is. I'm also dealt with that shit though back in like high school, middle school. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. So the first time I got pulled over, like the first time I ever got pulled over in my life, the cop came up to me. First of all, I was obviously terrified. Like, I just automatically scared of cops. I feel like all black people are like that. Like, Marquise and I were talking about this yesterday, how like anytime a person's a cop, I feel like we automatically just see them and then we're like, okay, like, I'm a little nervous, and then just keep checking your rearview mirror to see if they come behind you or if they're around you, whatever. And I should not have to do all of that. I should not have to be that scared to the point where I'm like checking all of my fucking mirrors to see if the police are behind me or coming in the same direction as I'm driving. Like, that's crazy. But the first time I got pulled over was in Newport News, and I will say I feel like Newport News cops are complete assholes. Every single one of them I've ever had an encounter with are all assholes. It is ridiculous, and I feel like it's always the Hispanic or Latino ones that are really the worst, because me and Marquise got pulled over together by a Newport News cop, and there was two of them. So one of the guys was white and the other one was Latino. And the white guy was really nice. He was just standing there like, so just asking questions like, do you guys live around here, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah.
What?
I'm going to leave it at that. Like, I'm not about to keep talking to you because I don't trust you, obviously.
Yeah.
So, the first time I ever got pulled over, it was a Latino cop, and he comes to the window and just like, well, everything should be fine as long as you don't get an attitude. And I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, I'm an 18-year-old girl. I'm just sitting here trying to go to work. Do I look like I'm about to do anything crazy? Because I don't think I am. Like,
power.
I'm just sitting here.
Power.
Exactly. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, after he did that, I really called my mom and I was just crying. I was like, why did this man just like fucking threaten my life, basically? For what? I wasn't doing anything. I was barely talking to begin with. So, like, yes, I understand I was speeding, going 60 whatever in a 45, and yes, reprimand me.
That girl was speeding.
But I was trying to get to work, okay? I was just like, I understand I was speeding, but you did not have to do all of that. Like, he did not have to threaten me. Like, I did not even say anything. So, what the fuck? But I just feel like in Newport News, there's always Latino cops that are just complete racist assholes for no reason.
And they colored. Like, we supposed to be on the same side. Exactly. What are you doing?
That's what makes me so angry. I'm just like, you cannot say people of color when you're talking about black people, because other people of color are still racist towards black people. In which I will say that black people can be equally as racist to other minorities as well. I feel like it happens a lot with Asians, and I really dislike that. Like, anytime I hear a black person say anything remotely racist in a joking manner about Asians, I always call them out. Although I know that Asians are just as racist towards black people. Like, I understand that, but that doesn't make it okay to be racist towards them as well. Like, just don't say anything if you're going to be racist.
Do you think black people can be racist to white people?
Oh, hell.
You said hell no?
Yeah. Because the thing is, to be racist, you have to have power. And white people have all of the power. So, like, no minority can be racist towards white people. Yes, you can be prejudiced and you can discriminate, but you cannot be racist towards the group that has all of the power. Like, that's just not how that works. Like, in the textbook definition of racism, you have to have the power in order to be racist, so you can be in control of all of the things.
Yeah. I feel like, for me, being black, I feel like, I'm not gonna say you got black people, it's not that many, but you got black, like when we talk about like white people, from my experience, from what I see, most of the time it's not about like we don't like white people because they're white. I don't know shit
Right.
like that. It's dealing with the bullshit we've been dealing with our whole lives and calling out on the way the shit is, and like we hate the fucking shit that they do. It's not like we hate the fucking people. Whereas with white people, they don't like us because we black, and you know they don't want to be around us. And it's more like, I would say it's more like defensiveness. You know, it's kind of like a reflection. You know what I'm saying? Kind of. It's not like race. I don't feel like black people can be racist truly, because I remember growing up, like this is a big. I feel like this is a big point right here. I feel like the difference growing up black and colored and between white people is that growing up black, we don't get to pick where we want to, who we want to grow up around, the places we want to go to. What I mean by that is that, like, I remember going to school, like, I went to a public school, so I was around all types of people. As black people, especially if you don't have, you know, power, if you're not born into royalty, we don't have generational wealth, like, you know, other white people. Not saying black people don't have generational wealth. I'm just saying the majority of us do not have generational wealth. And you know, going to schools, we're around all types of people. We gotta go to a job. We gotta talk to all types of different people. We gotta learn how to communicate, how to articulate to different groups of people, different ethnicities and races and classes. And as white people, they have more of the privilege to not be around the group people that they don't want to be around. They can go into a white neighborhood. They probably want me to fucking talk to a black person, and rarely they probably ever have to talk to a black person. They can have their own job. They can work. You know, they can hire their own people. It may not even be any black people in the office. They got their kids. They take them to a private school, or they go to an all white school, or they go to a corner store. They don't go to a corner store. They go to like a white, you know, store. It's like they're more so like they in their own little worlds. What I'm trying to get at. But my camera's about to die. I think we should end the video right here. I really appreciate it, Sydney. Like, I really do. It was a great experience. We should definitely do this more. I really like it. But yeah, I really appreciate it. You be safe out there. Stay positive. Keep doing your thing.
Of course, you too.
You be safe. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.